House Velaryon doesn't appear in Game of Thrones, but the House of the Dragon family isn't new. Here's where House Velaryon is by the time of GOT. While House Velaryon was left out of Game of Thrones, the family has a rich history in Westeros, particularly during House of the Dragon story. So, where are House Velaryon in Game of Thrones, and did House Velaryon die out? Hello everyone, if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any new updates on your favorite TV series. House of the Dragon is set 200 years before Game of Thrones, which offers the opportunity to explore formerly great families of Westeros who contributed to one of the momentous events in franchise history. As House of the Dragon details the height of the Targaryen family dynasty, the prequel series also depicts the untold stories of legendary houses like the Velaryons. House Velaryon's role in House of the Dragon largely surrounds their marriages to the Targaryens, dragon-riding capability, and massive wealth and influence. Corlys Velaryon's family is part of the Targaryens' Black Party in House of the Dragon, with his wife, children, and grandchildren supporting the claim to the Iron Throne of Rhaenayra Targaryen. However, the majority of the significant Velaryons will die out by the end of the Targaryen Civil War, with Corlys outliving nearly all of his direct descendants of the time. However, once the Targaryens' influence died in the Game of Thrones timeline, so too did that of the Velaryons. House Velaryon hails from Old Valyria alongside the Targaryens, with the two families having been allies since the time they both came to Westeros. While the families remained close allies, House Velaryon wasn't a Dragonlord family like the Targaryens, as they excelled at sea. House Velaryon is fabled to have come to Westeros and settled at Driftmark before the Targaryens, though the latter family would soon settle nearby at Dragonstone. As two families with Valyrian blood, the Velaryons and Targaryens would often intermarry, giving them an important shared history. House Velaryon was also a significant asset in helping carry Aegon the Conqueror's soldiers over Blackwater Bay to take over Westeros, with the seafaring family thereafter almost exclusively serving as master of ships throughout the Targaryen dynasty. While there are no House Velaryon Game of Thrones characters, they're still a powerful family in the GOT universe. When House Velaryon is introduced in House of the Dragon, the family is one of the wealthiest in the entire realm due to the voyages of Corlys Velaryon. This is why many viewers find it strange that there are no characters from House Velaryon in Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon's Corlys Velaryon, a.k.a. the Sea Snake, made 9 famous voyages to Essos, bringing back foreign treasures and gold that gave his family immense wealth and thus incredible influence in Westeros. This power led to further marriages with House Targaryen's heirs to the Iron Throne, including Corlys marrying Rhaenys Targaryen as well as their son Laenor marrying King Viserys I Targaryen's daughter Rhaenyra and daughter Laena marrying Viserys' brother Daemon Targaryen. With such close proximity to the Iron Throne, the Velaryons were somewhat considered the second family in Westeros during House of the Dragon's timeline. However, what happened to House Velaryon before Game of Thrones? When the Dance of the Dragon ends, Rhaenyra's son Aegon III Targaryen becomes the Broken King, with Corlys Velaryon serving as one of his regents. By this time, Corlys' wife Rhaenys, children Laenor and Laena, grandchildren by Laenor and Rhaenyra will all have died, leaving only Corlys, his bastard-turned-legitimate descendants Addam and Alan Velaryon, and Laena's daughters Baela and Rhaena Targaryen. However, since Baela and Rhaena were technically Targaryens, it was only Corlys and his grandsons, who were rumored to actually be his children, who remained of his direct line. Corlys died only 1 year after the Dance of the Dragons concluded, which left Alan Oakenfist Velaryon as the Master of Driftmark. It's unclear exactly who succeeded Alan as Lord of the Tides, but the family was largely ruined toward the end of his power, as the Velaryons had lost much of their wealth to the Rogaire Bank. House Velaryon would continue to hold the position as Master of Ships on the small council of various House Targaryen kings, but would never again achieve the same wealth and notoriety they held during House of the Dragon's timeline. During Robert's Rebellion, which closely preceded Game of Thrones, House Velaryon still served as Master of Ships on Aerys, the Mad King, Targaryen's council, though often spoke ill of the king's son, Prince Rhaegar Targaryen. When King Robert I Baratheon ascended the Iron Throne, Dragonstone was given to his own house, so House Velaryon would swear fealty to the Baratheons of Dragonstone from then on. Despite the glaring lack of characters from House Velaryon in Game of Thrones, they persisted as a minor house at the time. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.